Welcome back to the Calgary Tech Talk podcast. My name is Stuart Crawford. Welcome to episode number 2. With me, as always, is my good friend and colleague, the one and only Mr. Carl Fransen from the CTech Consulting Group. Carl, it is 16 degrees here in the beautiful Stampede City. We're just around the corner. What's going on in Carl's world these days? Because I haven't seen you since we've been in this shelter-in-place world that we call COVID-19.
You know what, really, man? Just adapting to the new normalcy of the world.
You know I don't like that term.
I'm trying not to make you trigger on that term. I know the new normal basically is one of the banned words between us. I got it. It is overused, but I think it's kind of adapt because what I'm experiencing right now is going to be what is going to set a precedent for us going forward in today's technology. We're going to be working remotely. We're going to be basically living the life, whereas we don't have to go to work. We don't have to go to physical schools or campuses anymore, and really just try to make the best out of it. And that is a massive change I'm dealing with right now. I can't see my employees. I can't sit by the water cooler. And when I reach out to my staff, it's like, yep, feeling exactly the same way.
Well, so before we get into the details of our conversation, I'm going to say the 3 banned phrases that we have to agree on.
There's 3 more? I thought there was only one.
The new normal is one.
New normal,
yes. That is everybody uses it. And then if you watch YouTube B-roll and commercials on TV, it's during these challenging times or during no crap. It is challenging. Okay, we all get it, right? And I think we can come to a conclusion that business is going to change, and the way people interact with each other is going to change in this, going forward from today onward. So we can quickly drop the new normal as well, in my opinion.
That's right. Okay, the new normal has been done to death in a way. It just kind of helps people adapt to, guess what? Your life is going to change, and suck it up, princess. It's here.
But I want to still sit in McMahon Stadium and watch football. I want to go watch the Flames. I want to go watch wrestling. I want to go to metal concerts. I want to do all the things I did in the past. I don't want to sit and watch Metallica on Facebook on Mondays.
Did we do that last Monday? That was a good show, wasn't it?
They do. So Metallica's doing Metallica Mondays on Facebook every single Monday. Some archive show from their past, which is on the Metallica 8 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock for us here in Calgary every Monday on Facebook. So we're checking out. They have some pretty good gigs.
As much as I love Metallica, I love power metal, I love all that entire genre. Metallica had a bad rep with Napster. That's fine, but the thing is that band has lasted, and I think right now is what they're doing right now with Facebook and actually showing the Metallica Mondays in a way is getting their brand out there. It's them adapting to
the new normal.
Oh, I said after COVID. See, I'm kind of skirting around that a little bit.
New normal. You're going to say the new normal.
But isn't it weird that we have some drug-induced, crazed rockers that absolutely just tore up the scene in the 80s, adapting to Facebook, because that is where their audience actually lives. Their audience lives on Facebook. They want to get out there. And you know what? They're probably making thousands, $100,000 per show that they put on with Facebook ads, banner ads, advertisements, and making a killing from this. And they're becoming a household name again. I think they're really a success story of an old business model of I'm going to do face-to-face concerts to now I'm going to do concerts on Facebook, hit a wider audience, but still I get out there and I make money that way.
They had on their show a couple weeks ago when I was on 140,000 viewers. You know how much of a production they would have to go through to have 140,000 people sitting in a stadium. I don't think there's a stadium globally that can handle that size of a crowd.
Not a clue. And this right here is, guess what? Access our show for free, and guess who pays for it? Facebook, banner advertisements. It's excellent.
Yeah, well, it's a great business model, and you're right, Carl. It's the new normal.
Okay, all right. If you're going to start doing that, I'm going to start doing that here.
It's the new normal.
Doesn't that actually inspire at least me, an owner of an IT firm, you, the marketing director of Eulistic, saying that, if Metallica can do it, do you think we can do it?
Yeah, but still, there's a difference between Metallica and IT firms. Metallica is something that actual people want to enjoy. IT is a necessary evil sometimes, but it doesn't have to be that way, of course.
Of course, of course. I think my point is that we have a brand, Metallica, adapting to the new technology and actually using it. I'm not seeing any other of the current pop, rock, other brands out there that's really exploiting this. And we're looking at an 80s hard rock firm being the pioneers and actually breaking new ground with this.
Okay, so this is not the discussion we want to have today, but I think it's going in the right direction for a discussion that we want to have today.
Exactly. Yes.
If you look at that as an example, right? Mm-hmm. So here we are. Here we have a the band that's been around since I was in high school.
Yep.
Grade 9, I think, was the first time I bought Kill 'Em All, and initially was floored when I heard it, and I still have it today, and I still listen to it occasionally, and still get the same feeling I had when I was in grade 9. Yep. Now I'm 50 some odd years old, still watching their shows, but the difference is if they can adapt to that, and businesses are struggling in, with the the COVID crisis that's going on, and obviously the price of oil being in the tanker and stuff like that. If a heavy metal band can understand how to use Facebook to connect with their audience, what's stopping Sammy's Pizza down the street from doing the same?
Exactly. And that's what really differentiates an entrepreneur, a business owner, versus someone actually who works for a business. Because as of right now, this here, COVID times, is a fantastic opportunity for a business to rethink how they traditionally service their market and be a disruptor in it. I love the fact that Blockbuster was completely annihilated by Netflix. We have large, big box stores losing the revenue to Amazon. Even though they may be considered the big evil, but the thing is they're doing something right. People are actually flocking to that type of service.
I don't think Amazon's an evil.
Dude, I've spent so much on Amazon lately. I'm probably one of the best customers right now. In fact, Mother's Day was all Amazon.
The thing. Here's what I know about business, Carl, is and I do it for a long time, but I don't provide to be an expert in any capacity. I'm still learning like the rest of us. If your clients find it easy to do business with you, they will go there. So you and I are both busy people. Amazon makes it easy.
Exactly.
It was one of our employees. We have had three employees' birthdays here in the last week. So it's easy for me to go on Amazon, get a gift card, email it to them instead of going to pick up a birthday card and blah. Yeah, you lose the personal touch, but they also appreciate the Amazon gift card because they shop from Amazon.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but it's great. They deliver it to my house. It's fantastic. I don't, anything I don't need urgently. It's easy to go to my computer, log in, get it. Instacart, another great. I haven't stepped in a grocery store in weeks.
Things you don't have to because
everything gets delivered on Instacart.
Exactly. Now think of Instacart. Think of all those other places that actually were first to market to this new offering, new service offering. And those who aren't able to keep up or change or adapt to the new environment, again, it's with the big rockin' dinosaurs, be the mammals. I keep on saying that. And right now, with COVID out here, we have an opportunity to be absolutely fantastic in the way we want to basically service our clients, deliver new products, deliver new ways of doing things. But the thing is, that's the hard part because we really are programmed to the path of least resistance for our business. If it works, if I know it, I like it. If I like it, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it really, really well. And the heads down approach. I'm going to say this. With the new technology out there, it takes on with the heads up approach. And to ask the question, what can I do better? What are my competitors doing? And what can I basically do to be that Netflix, be that Amazon? Because right now, the entire retail market, that's a mature market. You have the Walmart, Sears, Bay, all the Reitmans, like Old Navy. You know that out of the list of five I just gave you, two are actually filing for bankruptcy right now because they
Wow.
can't keep up. Remitz is going out. Old Navy is going out, or bankruptcy protection. Pier 21, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They filed for bankruptcy protection because guess what? People don't want to go to shops anymore. The Amazon is guess what? Has lower cost products, faster service, and you gotta learn to adapt.
I just like the flexibility. I can be 2:00 in the morning and I say, "Oh gosh, I need more barbecue sauce."
And how about this? We have other institutions in the world that have been around here for hundreds and hundreds of years. I was out for a hike with a good friend of mine, Darcy Delaney, a little while ago, and we have a mutual friend named Mike Dabrowski, and he is a tenured professor at Athabasca University. He said that enrollment has gone up threefold, and just because of COVID-19. And I thought to myself, if something has gone up threefold, what's going to happen to the other schools like U of C or maybe our neighbors UBC or U of A? If I can take my MBA for a quarter of the price remotely and get exactly the same type of training,
The same level of education, right?
education sort of thing, I'm going to save 75% for a business owner. Dude, I'll have an MBA at 75% of the cost with the same level of education. It's a no-brainer for me.
And you can do it from the comfort of your house.
At my own time of choosing, I don't have to attend classes. I don't have to walk into a campus. I don't have to pay for parking. I don't have to drive there. So I'm predicting almost a tectonic shift in the way we do the institutions that support us. Banks. I do not want to become a banker today. Who would want to become a banker? Stuart? Think about
I would. I would want. I would want to become a banker, but I wouldn't want to own a financial. I wouldn't want to own a brick and mortar bank.
it. Exactly, because did you know that I can do my mortgage online now?
Yeah, there's what do they have? Orange.com, Orange.ca, or something like that, Tangerine or
TD,
whatever, something like that.
well, TD has it, RBC has it.
Yeah.
I deposited a $23,000 check yesterday with my phone. I took a picture of it this way, and that money floated into my account. And the use for tellers right now is
Same thing right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Precisely, man.
Hold on to them for a couple of days, just make sure they're clear and you're good.
That's all it really is. So look at this way. We have schools, an institution of our society, not really relevant anymore. We have banks, the financial institutions of our society, the physical ones, not really relevant much anymore. They're going all virtual. We're having big shops. Remember the days we walk into a store and it was like 3 or 4 layers. They had a restaurant on one side, you had clothing on one floor, then toys on another floor, then
the old department store model.
Hudson's Bay Company sort of thing.
Yeah. Hudson Bay, Robinson, Sears.
Yeah. What happened to Sears? Exactly.
The dinosaur.
The dinosaur thing. Extinction. I was at Ingram Micro conference 2 years ago, and one of the directors of Ingram Micro was saying that the cloud is an extinction level event, and we're actually seeing it. And this is how my son is 11 years old. He is going to go to university online, bank online, shop online, and there's no need for it.
Here's a comparison, Carl.
Go for it.
So when I left home, and I lived in Southern Ontario when I was 18, left home, joined the Canadian Army.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up in Calgary. I went to a store in Bowness with my milk crates full of 12-inch vinyl, and I cashed them all in because I didn't have room for the storeroom anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have an entire music library. It used to say on your phone, but I don't even have it on my phone anymore. I have it on some device I just talk to, and it comes and plays the music for $10 a month.
Welcome to Spotify. Welcome to Amazon Prime Music. Welcome to what Groove could have been.
And I do the same thing. I do the same thing on video. Now, a little secret. I also live and work in the U.S., so I don't even have cable TV anymore. I do everything over YouTube TV.
YouTube TV, nice.
So,
how about that one? You mentioned another one. Sort of thing. How about cable providers? Everyone needed a phone, a telephone. Everyone needed to have cable and a TV set. How many people right here still have cable at home? How many people have a telephone attached onto a line in the house these days?
I have an all-works phone with my extension from the office at my house, just so I can answer the business phone just for the days I decide to work from home.
I got Teams with a number attached onto it, attached to all my devices. So I don't like my laptop's my phone, my cell phone's actually my phone as well. I can log into my wife's laptop downstairs or my employee's laptop someplace. Teams comes up and that's my phone there. They'll follow me around.
So we're seeing some pretty disruptive technology coming and fundamental shifts on how people are going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the argument is, did COVID accelerate that, or we're already on the path towards that? I believe we're on the path towards it, and COVID just accelerated it.
I completely agree with you. COVID was the ignition that we need. Basically, it just exploded. Everyone now has a taste of working from home. Everyone now realizes that, hold on a second, we can do this. And IT firms are scrambling right now to figure out ways of how to do it. Then they're realizing, hold on a second, the technology was here all along. I was never really focused on it because I didn't really want to learn it. Now they're learning it. Now they're applying it. And they're realizing it's a whole new world out there, to quote Aladdin.
It definitely is, Carl. So we talked a little bit about distant education learning and that kind of stuff. And I think that's a vital service that a lot of these online schools are going to provide. But what about the workplace? As areas of the country and areas of the world start to reopen, do you see companies wanting to go back to the office, working 100% remotely, or just a combination of both?
You know what? If I'm going to do a general thing across the entire spectrum, there are some companies where you cannot work remotely, like clothing stores, potentially, that still have brick and mortar, that are still customer facing. But as people have gotten the taste that, hold on a second, I don't have to drive, I don't have to go to office, I don't have to do this. I can save 2 hours of my day in commute and cost of traffic and all that kind of stuff. We're going to see a natural slide of the old people like us, 40 plus, let's say, sort of thing, realizing that, hold on a second, for the past 20, 30 years, I've been working this way, but it is kind of cool that I can now work from home right now. Maybe I might do 1 or 2 days a week. But how about the younger generation? The boomers, the millennials, or the millennials, or Generation X, who are glued to their phones. They're going to expect not to have to go to the office all the time or follow in their footsteps.
There's more than millennials glued to the phone. Have you met my wife at all?
Missy, she's awesome.
She's glued to her phone. And she's older than I am.
She doesn't show it.
No, she doesn't. But
the thing is,
but that's a good argument. Like, the technology is emerging.
Yep.
Like, let's get back to our talk about Metallica for a minute, right?
Exactly.
Let's see other bands, from any genre.
Mm-hmm.
Will there come a day where they just don't go on tour anymore and they just play? You pay $20 and you get a virtual pass to watch their live show on your big screen TV in your living room?
Without a shadow of doubt, yes, absolutely. If I was basically able to, for a fraction of the price, to reach a much larger audience with the same net returns, for me, it's an absolute no-brainer. At a push of a button, I can become this at a push of a button, or if I wanted to, I could become this if I wanted to. And 3D backgrounds, everything. So my big thing, remember, what was that Snoopy sort of thing? When Napster came out, they had this song that hit the chart. It was like, I forgot. I can't forget the name. The lyrics are kind
Yeah,
of bad.
that's a long, long, long time ago.
Exactly, but this guy got popular because of Napster. One DJ was on Napster, downloaded it.
Snoop Dogg.
No, stupid. Next door.
Yeah.
But anyways, whatever. So I'm not gonna get into it. But what the point I'm trying to make is that Napster, that 1990s technology, was a catalyst for this one artist to basically go viral right across the world because one DJ was on Napster, found the song, played on the radio, people started calling in about it, and that basically started this whole cascade of Napster. I used this, put my song out there, and now I'm popular. Right now, Lars Ulrich and Metallica using Facebook, they're now a home brand name again.
Yeah, but they're just playing old concerts. I'm talking about like we're gonna play live at like 8 o'clock Eastern on such and such a day, and it's $20 to come and watch us, and you can have your living room full of people. It's still gonna cost you $20.
That's awesome. And you know what? Guess what? This amount, these are artists, right? And they can now put on a variety of digital content. They can be the backgrounds, 3D effects. Remember Fortnite? Fortnite put on a live music performance. And they had thousands of people invited to this. And they had someone live, 3D, dressed up in a suit. He sang, he rapped, he did whatever he did, sort of thing. And it was invite only, and people saw this. It was fantastic. So we have video games purporting this. Even beforehand, Second Life was the same thing. We had artists put on shows in Second Life. It was like a precursor to like SimCity, I guess, but it was actually all.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can basically go to a concert, and that's supposed to be the next biggest thing. So imagine this.
Any Canadian rock stars listening to this podcast, here's an idea for you.
Hey, Brian Adams, why don't you actually not post real virtualistic tweets out there? And because your show in United Kingdom got canceled, why don't you do a virtual show and give it as a gift to the people who can't see you? I can promise you.
It's a great way to do it. Yeah, it's a great way to do it. The technology's there and the bandwidth is there.
Yep. You promote yourself, you get paid, you virtually meet all of your fans, and guess what? You revive your career at a fraction of the price of you flying over there, put a band up there, hotels, food, logistics, like you said, you do a fraction of the price.
Yep. Makes sense. Well, everyone, this is the episode 2 of the Calgary Tech Talk podcast. Here streaming on Blog Talk Radio, and for those watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and follow us. Carl and I would really appreciate that. Carl, for this week, any closing thoughts? What's going on in the world of CTech?
Oh, man. We are coming out of COVID. We spent the past month and a half preparing for this day. We've changed our product lines all around. We have focused on internal processes and products so that we are emerging from this in a way to adapt to the new needs of our clients who are going to have very little money, a lot of need for IT support, but also the biggest thing is our clients today and the clients that we're going to get are going to need new ways of doing business more effectively and efficiently and at a lower cost. So we focus on that. We have a couple of secret things in the works right now, and we're going to deliver some awesome technology, and we're going to take our existing clientele to that next level by giving them that competitive edge that they're going to need to stay alive. So I'm really excited about that.
Excellent. Good news, Carl.
Yep.
So watch, folks, pay attention to future shows we have coming up. We're going to try to get some external guests and some guest speakers and get some guest commentaries come on and have, just besides me and Carl just rambling about everything we can possibly think of, we'll bring in some expert, guests as well. So, Carl, thanks again for joining us for this week's episode number 2 of the Calgary Tech Talk podcast here on Blog Talk Radio, YouTube, streaming live on YouTunes and all the great tools that are out there. My name is Stuart Crawford, and thanks again, folks, for tuning in. And we'll catch you next week here on the Calgary Tech Talk podcast.
Take care, everyone. Stay safe.